Hello, 4th and 5th grade. Welcome back to week 3. We are going to be doing a drawing today of a succulent garden, and I added a little cactus on the side. So you'll be able to choose what plants you want to put in, and then you'll also be able to choose what kind of line design you want for your vase, the thing that's holding your plant. Okay, so we're going to go step by step through this drawing. I'm going to show you how I made it. And if you have any questions, send me a message on Dojo or send me an email. All right, the first thing that we're gonna start with is we're gonna draw a kind of like an upside down letter C. This is gonna be the outside of our planter right here. So we're gonna start with the letter C. And then you're gonna do 2 kind of diagonal lines all the way down. And then you're gonna connect those 2, one line is shorter than the other, connect those 2 with a curved line, because if our pot is curved at the top, it's gonna be curved at the bottom, it's not gonna be straight, okay? So make sure your line at the bottom is curved. Now I'm gonna add my horizon line. Remember, the horizon is where the ground meets the sky. So our ground is down here, our sky is up here. All right, and now what I'm gonna do to make this a little bit more three-dimensional, like a pot, is I'm going to add this line right here and this line right here, so that you can see the inside of the pot. So that's gonna go kind of right here, and then it's gonna meet that part of the pot right here, and it's gonna meet that part of the pot. So that's the back side of the pot, okay? And now what you can do is you can start drawing your succulent garden however you want. If you want to do more cactuses than succulents, you can. I did a mixture of both. This is a succulent, and then these 2 are both different types of cactus. So if you want to look up different types of cactus or succulent, you can. So the first one that I did, I started off with a wavy line, and then I kind of made the line come down like this. And then to make other leaves behind that, you just kind of keep adding to the top. So I overlapped this one, and then maybe I want to have like one sticking out even further, like that. Okay, and then from here, you just kind of add where you can, and you can be creative on how you want your leaves to go. Maybe this one's that way. Maybe I have another leaf that's real big sticking up here. We've got one here maybe. And then I'm just gonna keep adding until it looks full enough for me to stop. Okay, so that looks good. I'll add one more. There. Okay, so this succulent looks good enough to stop. Now I'm gonna move on, and I need 3 plants. You need at least 3 in your pot. Don't just do 1, you need at least 3. So this is one type of cactus, and this is another type of cactus. So the way I did my second cactus was a big circle and then a little circle, and then it's gonna grow a little flower at the top, okay? And these round cactus, they have ridges of these pokey things that kind of stick out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make curved lines all the way around it, starting from the middle, so that it helps it look more spherical. Same thing at the top, okay? And then at the end, I'll go back and add those little pokey things. All right, and then I have a little bit of room here, and I need a 3rd plant. So I'm gonna make my 3rd plant overlap, and I'm gonna make it go right there. And then what I did was I added lines to help it look like it was 3-dimensional. Okay, and then now I can go back and add those pokey things on the cactus. And I'm gonna add them all the way down, because they're all the way down. And then I'm gonna start on my 2nd row. And I want them all the way down, like that. And then if I wanna add my pokey things on this little guy, I'll do that. And then if you notice, like since it's gonna be spherical, one side is gonna poke out one way, and then once it starts curving to the right, they're gonna start poking out to the right because that's the way that you can see them. Okay, all right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the gravel or the dirt that's on the inside. If you want a lot of rocks, you can do a lot. What I did is I did circles of, they're pretty much all the same size. You can add different sizes if you want. Like if you want to add a big pebble and then a small pebble, you can add multiple sizes, or you can do like I did in my example, and roughly the same size all the way throughout. I'm gonna fill my pot with gravel. Okay, so now it's got gravel, it's good to go. Now we can start designing our vase, or the planter. If you notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. So what I did was, whatever line you are putting on the inside of your planter, you want it to be the same as this bottom, because that's what helps it look round, like it's sticking out. If you just do a straight line, it looks like a flat planter, and we want it to stick out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a line parallel, which means side by side, they never cross, parallel to this line. So I'm gonna do my first line, and I'm just gonna follow the top of my planter, and it's curved, it's not straight. Then I'm gonna make my second section a little bit longer, and again, I wanna go along that line so that it doesn't look flat. I can add a shorter section. I'm gonna add a little section. All right, and now I'm ready to get started on my line design on the inside. Okay, so if I want, I can do a zigzag line to divide that top into triangles. And then on this one, I did horizontal and vertical lines so that I could do like a checkerboard on this one when I color it. So if you want to do that, what I did was lines all the way across, like that. And again, if you want to add a line, you need to make it curved, not flat. So I'm going to add a curved line and another curved line, and now I can do this section checkerboard when I color it. My next section, I did wavy lines, more like scalloped lines, but we haven't really talked about that. So wavy lines, and then I added a little dashed line along the next line, and then this one is too small to do the checkerboard line. You don't want to get it too small or it's going to be really hard to color. So I'll do zigzag line again. And then this last one, maybe I want to do scalloped lines again, or curved lines all the way across, okay? And so now my drawing is done, and I can go ahead and color it. It does need to be colored. If you want to do cool colors for the top and warm colors at the bottom, you can do that, because the cactus is going to be green or yellow, kind of depending on which one you chose. So you can do like green and blue if you want at the top, and green and blue are cool colors, and so then you can split your cool colors at the top and your warm colors at the bottom if you want. The way I'm gonna color mine is I'm gonna have this bottom part be brown, and this top part I'm gonna draw kind of a color like sunset colors, and then these I'm gonna have green and blue. That way they stick out against my background. Okay, so if you have warm colors in the background and then cool colored cactus, it'll stick out really well. And then I can do whatever color I want at the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna upload a finished project of this with color on it, and that way you can look back at that for reference. This line chart, in case you need it, is on your Google Classroom, on the assignments, or on your Google Drive. I uploaded it to your Google Drive so that you can look at it as long as you need to. This is what your finished drawing should look like, but you do need to add color, okay? So if you have any questions, send me a message on Dojo or on Google Classroom, but other than that, make it creative, make it look nice, and I will see you guys in class, or I will see you online. Be safe and be creative.